For a while the animals of the forest were happy, because they had been a little afraid of the snakes anyway. They were venomous creatures after all, who scared the daylights out of everyone. A few more weeks slid by. The forest was a changed place. The animals looked tired and fed up. Now that there were no snakes to eat them, the rats had virtually taken over the entire forest. They were having a wonderful time. They were found everywhere, on the trees, in the grass, in the bushes, on the ground. They ate up the eggs of the lizards and crocodiles. There would be no babies that year. Makara's own nest of eggs had been chewed up. Makara was boiling with fury. Animals could not make up their minds as to what was going on around them. Makara ordered all crocodiles to assemble at the river bank. No other reptile was asked to attend. Makara announced at the meeting, "I have asked all the lizards to move out by dawn tomorrow. I dislike these strange creatures. Do you know some of them can also change colors? I, for one, cannot trust someone who is green one moment and yellow the next." The crocodiles knew their chief was committing a folly, but knew it was no use telling him anything, so the lizards departed the next morning. The crocodiles were sorry to see them leave. All kinds of awful things started happening at Pambupati. The rats grew more powerful, as did the frogs. There were no lizards to eat up their eggs or trouble them. They grew huge with happiness and would often dance on the backs of the crocodiles. There were way too many frogs. After all, how many frogs could the poor crocodiles eat? After some time, the fearless frogs began to eat baby crocodiles. The forest was swarming with insects. With the lizards gone, there were millions of them, growing bigger and nastier by the day. They bit the crocodiles all the time, while the rats and the frogs jumped around in merriment, often on the backs of the crocodiles. It was truly a terrible time for the crocodiles. Their once happy forest habitat seemed like a distant memory. Each day passed like a punishment, and they often thought of leaving. Only the fear of Makara stopped them from doing anything. One day the crocodiles sat around the river bank gloomily, while the frogs teased and troubled them. A squeaky little voice piped in, "We know why the forest has gone crazy, don't we? At least I know why my home has been destroyed." There was stunned silence all around. Makara, for the first time, appeared nervous and unsure of himself. Just as he shook a rat off his tail, he asked the baby crocodile, "Why, little fellow, what were you saying?" "It all began with the taunt." Okay, said Makara. "There's no need to talk so much." Makara didn't want to admit he was wrong, but it didn't matter anymore. Everyone there knew that he was not all that powerful anymore. He had lost the moral authority over others. He was not always right. Without anyone saying a word, they all came to tacit understanding. Urgent messages were sent all over the place for the tortoises, snakes and lizards to return home to Pambupati. And what a great day it was when these creatures came back, family after family, with their little ones on their backs or straggling behind, shouting at their parents to wait for them. It was a happy sight that no one had dreamed possible till a few weeks back. It was a reality now. Everyone took their rightful places in the forest once again. Life was slowly coming back a full circle. The forest was limping back to normalcy. The teasing rats gave way to a dwindling population. The putrid smell was fast disappearing. The insects were not swarming over the forest anymore. The forest was returning to its former glory. "Prem, Prem," said the old man, "have you fallen asleep? Did my story send you off to dreamland?" I shook my head vigorously. "No, grandfather, I was just thinking. Maybe it's time I went back to my own village, because I have a story to tell them. But what if they don't listen to me?" "We can only keep at it, my son. Tell these stories again and again to more and more people. Some of them may laugh at you, or say your stories are not true, but they may remember them one day and understand that each of us has a place in the strange, funny world of ours. People take time to learn their lessons. but they learn them definitely only if there is someone at the right time, at the right place to teach that lesson.